am the founder of a place in the Los Angeles area, Santa Monica and Hollywood, called the Pump Station in Nurtury. And we have been there for over 35 years and partnered with Medela through that whole time. We offer classes in all kinds of things, including breastfeeding and baby care. And we are doing virtual lactation consulting, virtual teaching. We have Mommy and Me classes. And so we're there supporting through this time. And honestly, I've never seen mothers need this more than when they're home alone with their partner and their newborns. So we are here supporting through all of this. My purpose today is working with Medela. As I said, we've been with them for all this time. I was there in the beginning of pump rental. And in fact, when I had my third baby, Medela pump that is now obsolete was my I wept when I used it for the first time because it worked for me. And I've been their biggest fan through all these years and all the iterations of pumps as they've come along. Well, they've introduced a new pump now that I would love you to know about. As I work with mothers day in and day out, and as I teach mothers prenatally, I find that they really don't have a clue which pump will work for them. And they kind of think that most pumps are created equal. Not all mothers, but many. And there's the few that come out through their insurance companies and they just don't know which one to click on. I spent 15 minutes on the phone yesterday with a mother just trying to put hers together. So it's really important to know some of these things about these new pumps as they come along. So I'm really impressed with this new Medela pump called the Freestyle Flex. They had a Freestyle. They've just improved it so dramatically. So I'd like to tell you what I like about it. So I'd like you to see it. This is it. Back up a little bit so you can see it better. It fits in the palm of my hand. It weighs less than a pound. And so that's something a mother will just adore about it because you can put it in your pocket or your purse, hang it around your neck, whatever you want to do in using it. So she'll love it for that reason. But I'm going to tell you some of the reasons I really like it. First of all, there are randomized controlled studies on this pump. So they really have perfectly wonderful information about its effectiveness. So it really does work for mothers. And I think it will work for almost everyone. But something else that they've done with this pump, and it will appear on all of their pumps in the future, if they have redesigned the flange. This is called the flange. So it has a wider entry point to the tunnel, and it has a different angle. And the studies found that with this flange and this pump, mothers were getting about 11% more per minute and ultimately more milk because it actually promotes better emptying of the breast, which is certainly what mothers would want. Add to that it's more comfortable. You might notice that there's an edge here, and you can see that I'm pressing it. It's soft. So it kind of massages the breast at the same time and feels good to that mother. So that's called the flange. So boy, if you can remove milk better and have better emptying for the mother, she's going to be super excited about that. In some of the pumps on the market today, we find that because they're not working really well for mothers, they think they don't have enough milk. And so that leads mothers to often turning toward supplementation that really isn't needed. So if they have a better pump, they're going to have better success with this situation. Another thing that mothers are going to like a lot is that it has the USB port, so it's recharged. She can recharge it USB, or she can plug it in. So she can plug it into her computer at work, and it stays charged it takes about 2 hours to fully charge it and stays charged for about 2 hours of use, so she will get at work at least 3 different pump sessions without having to plug her pump in again. They're going to really love that because what's been in the past that you had to buy a rechargeable battery pack that had AA batteries, etc. So the rechargeable battery in this is going to be super for moms. They're going to like it. So the things that I like, mothers are also going to like about it. Another thing, it is designed so that it has an overflow protection so that milk cannot go into the tubes. And that's the overflow part right here. It's super easy for them to use. To clean it, all they have to do is lift this little window right here and remove this little rubber flange that they wash and replace. But that allows no milk to go into the tubing. So no extra work there. Don't have to buy new tubing. So that's really convenient for mothers. It just snaps shut like that. I love that, that piece. That's very different from pumps. Like all Medela pumps, it's patented with their 2-phase pumping, which again, a lot of moms need a little explanation on that. So when a baby first comes to breast, before the milk begins to flow and she has a letdown reflex, the babies suck in a very light pattern and very quickly. But as the milk begins to flow, they change their suck to a little bit stronger and a little bit slower. So the Medela pumps are made to do that. So their first phase is called the letdown, or in the medical term, we call it milk ejection phase. And then at 2 minutes, it automatically switches to the expression phase, more like a baby when they're swallowing milk. The interesting thing about that is lots of mothers don't know that you can toggle back and forth between those rates. So once the milk is released and she's gotten nice flow, now it goes quiet again because letdown reflexes are not continuous, they're intermittent. So she has the ability on her pump to toggle back and forth between that. I just turned the pump on. It has a touch screen. I don't know if you can see the screen very well, but it's just easy to touch. I'm running it now. It's very quiet. She's going to love that. And I can easily toggle just by pushing one little button. It easily toggles back and forth between those different phases, which is awesome. So we teach mothers every day. They think they just sit on the phase that they're on, and we tell them, no, go back and forth a little bit. You'll get more milk that way. And so it has that easy to switch situation right on the touch of that phase. I love that. It has 2 flange sizes that come with it, a 21 and a 24. Now, I admit that I haven't been a big fan of the smaller flanges. I have seen them not work well for mothers. But here's what I learned. The bigger opening here in the flange where the nipple fits allows the nipple and areola to be better stimulated and not compress the base of the nipple. So I'm a big fan now. I'm dying to try it a lot more. And so they found that 99% of their mothers with their criteria fit in the range of the 21 to 24 millimeter flange. So they've included both. But I'd like to tell you that they're also available in the 27 and the 30 millimeter. We will be selling lots of those. And I like to suggest to mothers as I'm working with them, why not buy at least 127, give it a try, see what feels best to you, feels what works best for you as well. So I'm really excited to work with this pump a lot. Mothers are going to love it. By the way, is it going to come out free from your insurance? No, but it will be, as Medela works with the insurance, it will be part of their strategy and work to find a way for you to be able to, as a mother, pay a little bit more money to get this a pump through your insurance, or perhaps a voucher that will allow you to buy it from a place like ours and be reimbursed for that. So, but I think mothers so often are really looking for the best product, not necessarily what's free. So I will be teaching about this pump in all of my classes. I do 2 breastfeeding support groups virtually every week, and the questions about pumping are a big part of every one of those classes. These are mothers with babies 0 to 4 months old. Lots and lots and lots of pumping questions are coming through those sessions and always have. So the thing I think mothers will like so much about this pump is that it's tiny. They even describe it as cute. And that convenience of the tininess is so great. Remember, I said it weighs less than a pound. So even if she stuck it around her neck and used her hands-free bra, she would not find it weighty. It's very quiet. You might have heard it when I turned it on. It's even more quiet when it's connected to the mother. The tubing allows the mother to pump on one side only or both sides. And what she's going to love a lot is that it's more discreet because the tubing fits here at the bottom of the flange, not sticking out the back as most pumps do. So it slides right in here and it will show far less under her clothing. I know mothers are going to use this when we all get back to work, driving in the car safely, but pumping in her office, pumping everywhere, to have it be more discreet is going to be something that she's going to really, really enjoy. It's not complicated. So I already showed you it. You turn it on, and then you just have a few buttons on the face to work with. It is as simple as any pump. More simple than any pump I've ever used. I sat with it for just a few minutes and I had it in no time at all. So it is also she's able to use it as a way to keep track of her pump sessions. So it has Bluetooth capability. She needs to download her app on her phone, my Medela app, and she can track her pumping. She can track all the things that she'd like to track: diapers, how long the feeding session was, how much milk she got. And working with mothers all the time, they love that tracking capability. We would love them to maybe stop tracking after a little while so they can become a little more intuitive about their breastfeeding, but that's up to her, and she'll love that. It has a timer as well, so she will have all that capability in this new pump. Again, it's called the Freestyle Flex. Something that Medela told me is that all of their pumps eventually, by the end of 2020, will come with this new shape, oval shaped flange rather than the round one. The oval shape, the new entry point to the tunnel, the different sizing will all be available. But the only pumps that will come with this soft edge will be the Sonata, the Freestyle Flex, and the Medela. I don't think the Medela Symphony Kit will come with it in the hospital either, because this won't stand up to multiple sterilizations. You can sterilize this when you get it, but washing it with soap and water might be the very best. So if you have any questions, I'm here for you. I would love to receive your questions. I'm at the pump station in Santa Monica. You can contact us that way. The pump station in Nurtury. This has been really fun for me. They're telling me to wrap it up. So I would like to know if there's any questions. I'm Corky Harvey, and thank you so much for including me today.